Hey, professional. Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. Oh, hang on. Wait, are you with us?
Yeah,
you all right?
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were scratching yourself or you all right?
I'm just having a
We'll leave that in because this is uncensored, yeah? We don't edit.
Apparently someone censored something the other week.
What, really?
Yeah, but where are we living?
What is the point? May as well just call it, I don't know, censored.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's uncensored. I'm Jay Moyes. That's Adam McKola's. And we're going to talk about everything and anything. In fact, we're not. I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. Your favourite manager and mine.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Who do you think, right, post Fergie, has been the best United manager?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. My favourite.
Right.
The best.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho.
Right, well, we're going to talk about Jose Mourinho. Here's a question for you, though.
Because you have to put the best down to the best season.
Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag.
That season where we finished third and won the Carabao Cup.
I mean, yeah,
obviously, it's not this one, is it? Or the season where we're currently sat in 8th at the time of recording.
Because it felt better, didn't it? We got to 2 finals. I know we didn't win 2 trophies. But I think finishing we didn't finish in the top 4 in one of them 2 trophies. We got Champions League off the base of Europa League.
The Jose season was a hard watch, you know, because
I remember like
league.
the Celta Vigo game and that.
Who's the kid from City who used to be at City and nearly scored in the last minute?
Baldy
Bouncer. Hey, what was his name? What?
Guidetti.
We've got our advisor off camera, Abdullah's there. Yeah, it was. I remember I was at that game and it was right in front of me when he missed that chance. That would have been our season, Jose's job, everything, wouldn't it?
So which season was better? Last season or 2 trophies?
What about Zlatan? No,
going to
season,
2 finals
bro.
was mint though.
Zlatan.
Going to 2 finals was winning them.
Yeah, because the thing is, getting to the FA Cup final for me was almost like a negative. Because I went to watch it and watched us get beat off. I took my lad, right, and we sat down. I remember them bucket arts they gave us.
Yeah.
Put them bucket arts on, had a little selfie and that, and was like, we'll do these today, son. Don't you worry about that.
By the time you press the button.
As I'm talking to him, as I say, we'll do these today, son. Don't you worry about these blue. I heard a cheer from like the City and it scored. And then I'm thinking, nah, this is going to be like 6 or 7-0. This is going to be horrible. Honestly, I thought they're just going to keep scoring.
So what happened to me was, I seen that go in.
Yeah.
Horrendous, by the way.
Horrible.
You know when Victor Lindelof headed it, and he didn't get much purchase on it.
Yeah.
I went, oh shit.
Do you know
something bad's gonna happen?
Do you know what it reminded me of? That. Do you remember the 6-1?
Oh, Johnny Evans.
Yeah, but it weren't his fault. I will die on that hill. That header by your mate's mate Rio was shocking, and it put him in all sorts of trouble. And admittedly, he didn't have to get sent off. That wasn't his only option, but it was that header stays with me for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of them, wasn't it, where you're looking and going,
I still went. I still think we're going to win this 2-1.
I always think
when Bruno scored that penalty, I was like,
mate, I thought, I was like, see someone in here, and then, do you know what wound me up though? Not wound me up, but
sad that that's our last memory of the hair.
I know, but also when they're like on the bench and they're bringing on Foden, who scored like 17 goals that season or whatever, and we're looking at Weghorst, it's a bit like, don't get me wrong, Garnacho did well, but it's just different, innit? I was just like, oh man, it was horrible. Leaving the ground now. No, we didn't really. They didn't. That's the thing. They didn't. That weren't City like they normally are.
Or at least got to extra time.
Yeah, they were a bit like, they didn't turn up for that game like they normally do. They didn't turn up for the Champions League final like they normally do. But neither of the teams they faced, us or Inter, were like,
see, ending the season with the last game's a win.
Teams. Yeah.
You go into the summer feeling different.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think, as a manager, I would have been happier with last season than that season. Especially when you look at, like, we had bought Pogba, we had bought all these.
And also, Jose, in that season where we won them 2 trophies, because it was 2, by the way, it weren't 3, was it?
No.
I'm not having the 3. I'm not having the, you remember that?
Herrera was the only one to do it.
Yeah, like everyone else is like, do you? Yeah. It's weird with Herrera, because
I think he's one of the best central midfielders we've had since Fergie. I know there's a short bunch. I mean, I genuinely believe Herrera's in that 11, the best 11.
The best 11 since Fergie. He's in there,
and so is.
Your boy's got to be in there, hasn't he?
And Bruno.
Yeah, I don't think there's any sort of heavy debate about that. I mean, who else is going to be in there? Post Fergie, I think Schweinsteiger should be in it, just for that game against Liverpool.
Best overhead kick, didn't he?
Best performance I've ever seen at Old Trafford.
Was it against Ipswich? Overhead kick.
Who?
That's bicycle kick.
I can't remember. My memory's shocking.
He did score one in an FA Cup. Watford? No, he scored away at Watford.
Yeah.
I loved him. And you know, when I met him, he was really nice as well.
Was it?
Made it feel... How could Jose be a bastard?
Jose just didn't like him, did he?
I don't know what it.
He didn't rate him.
Did I have a bad experience?
Do you know what with Jose though?
Munich,
I know, like Jose is one of them. Like if you scored against him or played well against him, he seems to hate you.
Yeah.
Like if you played well against him 8 years ago, he remembers that, and then when he becomes your manager, because he invariably does, because he goes around the world managing, he won't have it with you.
But then he was at Porto.
Yeah.
When he met Drogba, and Drogba had, I think, bullied his defence from Marseille. And he told Drogba, as soon as I've got a team with money, I'm buying you.
Right.
So he's not
maybe
always
maybe
like
Drogba was like, I don't know, he's a weird guy, ain't he, Jose? Maybe Drogba was nice to him.
I remember Drogba scoring at St James's Park. I think in the Champions League, might not have been. But that's when I remember thinking, oh, who's this fella?
Yeah. Because he was a weird guy. Do you know what I remember about Paul Drogba? Eh?
Paul Drogba.
That's well racist. They all look the same. Didier Drogba. I was at, because I used to cover Lancashire football, Lancashire sport, right, at my old job. And there was a reporter that told me.
Still doing your current job? Kind of?
Yeah, so when we were playing Burnley and that. There was a reporter that said he was covering Preston, and when Moyes was manager at Preston, he told his scout, he rang him and said, have you got your passport? And he'd just go over to France and scout a striker for me. And he was like, yeah, no worries. What's his name? He says, there's some young kid called Didier Drogba. And in the end, I think they had a young striker that was coming through, who'd been injured, and he recovered from his injury at Preston, so they didn't bother, like, go to see Drogba. But this is when he was, remember, because like his first couple of seasons, he wasn't playing for a big club. That was when Preston could have got him, but obviously it didn't happen. So yeah, it was a bit of a weird one.
There's a lot of things like that, though.
Yeah, it was the one at, there's another one, was it Zlatan at Blackburn or something? There was
No, Ronaldinho.
Lewandowski.
No, Ronaldinho was under the Venkis. Because when they came in with a bit of money, they wanted Beck. But yeah, it was
Lewandowski, yeah. So I mean,
Zlatan's was at Arsenal.
He went to, he had a trial, didn't he?
Yeah, and he said, he tried to invite him back, and he said,
Zlatan doesn't do auditions.
After having a trial?
Well, you did do an audition, yeah. Do you know who else they had there? Yaya Toure.
At Arsenal, with Cole.
Yeah. They gave him a chance, but he was more of just an out-and-out 10.
Toure was, he kind of looked at as a comedy figure. He's a very good player. Him and Campbell were class.
Yeah, they were decent, weren't they? Yeah.
He was like a rash as well. He'd be all over.
And he sort of pioneered the sort of city cheating thing, didn't he, with taking his missus' diet pills. He led the way. Do you know what I mean? He was doing that before anyone else was cheating. You don't remember?
I know all about Carl Walker's.
Right. I don't, man. I'm not, but like, what goes on behind closed doors and all that nonsense? I don't know why I gave him an interview to the Sun.
When he getting his piece out on CCTV, though.
Exactly. Like, the guy's
it's not even an alleged, that one, is
No, I think he was. And also, like, the whole, I've got a secret family that's not very secret anymore because you just told a national newspaper. Whatever. That's also, between you and your family. What? Yeah. But I don't know why he didn't interview for the Sun.
Shit on him.
Of course. You don't.
For him to do that interview, I promise you they went, we've got a video.
Yeah.
We've got all the messages.
It's proper mafioso style, innit? Like, it's your choice.
We will ruin you.
Yeah. You can either be on the front page talking about your secret family,
right,
or we can put this on the front page.
I reckon there was a lot more there than just, I got two families.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'd be horrible, wouldn't it?
So many men are in that situation. Yeah. Maybe not in that situation.
How long do you think it is before the Sun come to us and go, we've got a story on stay?
I mean, then he gives them all the stories anyway. He phones them and goes, listen, I've got a story.
You don't even know about this, but guess what I've done? and I've got the video for you. I'll send it you. And they're like, what? Who are you? I work with Rio. Yeah, we'll have it.
No, you are. Who are you? So Steve phones them up.
Yeah, and lets them know and sends them the footage.
Himself.
With Jose, there's talk of him coming back to Old Trafford.
When I say this talk, I'm disappointed in everyone on this channel, by the way.
Why?
Why are we doing this?
Right, you agreed to do this off camera. Now we've started it. You started calling me out.
What happened?
And I'm going to leave it in because it's uncensored. You know I am. So you stitched me up acting like it's my decision and somehow make you do things you don't want to do.
You know,
which I've never been able to do in the 10 years I've known you.
Because you need the real reaction. If I give you this reaction off camera, we wouldn't have done it. Shit video.
Yeah, that's true. That is good. You always do that as well.
But the facts are...
You love throwing me under the bus.
Can we stop after this video?
You love it. He does it all the time.
After this video...
like, I'm making him do it.
With me on the cover like this, saying, I want Mourinho back.
Yeah.
Fun. After this video...
Yeah.
Let's stop using Mourinho, because he's not coming back. It's ridiculous. Ineos are going to come in and go, I know what we need.
Hello a minute. Have you never heard of a player called Cristiano Ronaldo?
Oh, mate.
Have you
And
never
look how
heard?
well that
Have you
worked.
never heard of Chelsea 2015?
Yeah.
Right? Was it 2015?
Probably about right.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah.
have a
Yeah.
time.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, the man. Okay, if
Right,
if
listen.
Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos and Omar Barata and Dave Brailsford and Patrick Stewart and all these fellas
Yeah.
want the fans to just tell them to fuck off within 2 months.
God.
Go and appoint Jose Mourinho.
Right. All right. I'll listen. I admit, yeah, it's not going to happen. Right.
That's like
I get
you got
it.
4 Lions
Yeah, I love that film.
when I think his brother Barry punches himself in the nose.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of this.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And I don't want to say what he says on there because we might get a video taken down.
We will not say that what he says because that gets clipped up. The video is taken down. We get arrested.
He's done it.
That's it. It's over. That's the end of this channel. But right, it isn't going to happen. Right, let's just establish that. You're right to say that because people will go.
If I said that.
I know, mate. I'll be joining you.
So in fact, I'd probably actually in this day and age.
Yeah,
With the way the world is, people probably love me for saying that.
they would. There'd be a lot of people fighting your corner.
I mean, my
but
family would kill me, but
I don't know. I don't know about your career.
Yeah.
That'd be probably over.
Yeah,
It's
over.
you know what I mean.
Over.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need that drama in your life.
Joey Barton might get me on his
Yeah,
podcast.
it'd be that bad. We'd have Steve and Joe doing the apology video. In fact, let's have it right. We'd have Joe doing our apology video, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
I've had to do 2 apology videos on this channel, and none of them have been for anything I've said, by the way.
Both in hostage situation.
As a channel, we have to take responsibility for everything that's said on
But
it.
we don't, do we?
Well,
We're still talking about Mourinho.
listen to me.
Like, what
Yeah.
kind of idiots, would go, let's bring Mourinho back?
I can't see it
This
happening.
Mourinho. Where's this story come from? Do you know what happened? The January transfer window has been so dead.
Yeah, dead out.
People went, let's recently sacked by Roma, Tottenham, since leaving Man United, by the way.
Do you know what, actually?
Recently sacked
Go on, sorry, finish.
Jose
your point.
Mourinho.
Yeah.
Brand new fresh start over at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
They're bringing him back.
Do you know what, though?
Mental.
You make a good point, right?
I'd rather bring David Moyes back.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I'd rather bring
Van Gaal?
Solskjaer back.
Oh, yeah. Solskjaer, all day long. This is uncensored, so we'll say what we feel. Mike Keegan from the Daily Mail, who,
Mikey boy?
not exactly Mr. Reliable, is he? Because according to him, Qatar were going to take over, and he was spitting his dummy out that Mitten was in a press conference once, so he's not the guy
Is
that
he
goes
someone
to...
that's never on the Tier 1 podcast?
No, absolutely.
He's not now after you've said that about him.
Well, I kind of know him a little bit. I used to bump into him now and again, and I know he's told a few porcupines over in the past.
He's not going to come and call you out for this, is he?
Well, he'd have to unblock me first if he does. Because he blocked me. Right, he blocked me, but I sort of caught it straight. Because you know me, I'll get blocked for stuff because I'll slag people off or whatever. But what happened was, he did a tweet about...
Tweeted him for that.
I tweeted him for that, nothing offensive. He did a tweet about a Ricky Hatton fight, or an anti-Crawler fight, where United fans have been singing anti-City songs, right? And he said something about like you won't get at a Hatton fight with United fans, City fans singing anti-United songs. Now I've been to Hatton fights, and you did, sorry. Like, so I sort of tweeted something about it, and then like other people joined
Rooney
in.
got it, didn't he, when he walked him out?
Yeah. And he just blots everyone who was on the thread, including me. And it was dead awkward because like 3 days later I was on a podcast.
Weird you
with
say
him.
that.
But he didn't bring it up.
Because I got blocked by Ricky Hatton.
What? Why? What? Don't know why my voice went like that.
Because the only fight I've never supported Ricky Hatton in was against Mayweather. And I think my tweet may have had something to do with that.
So the only fight you've not supported him in is the biggest one of his
I was
career.
a huge Mayweather
Like,
fan.
do you know what?
You know that picture of Mayweather?
You know that fight that...
Yeah. That was my MSN Messenger picture, I think, at the time. Something like that. Weird, like a profile picture.
I love that. The only fight I've not supported him in is the career-defining one.
No, because I used to be one of these guys that'd be up at 4 a.m. watching Floyd Mayweather. Like, I think I watched most of his 50 fights.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you're into boxing,
loved
and he
Floyd
was
Mayweather.
different, wasn't he? Or he is different.
So when I wasn't going to change my allegiance just for...
Really?
But I did like Rick Hatton.
Yeah.
And I did... But yeah, maybe I was tweeted about that fight.
Did you?
Or about City.
Was it before or after? Can you remember?
Maybe. I didn't even tweet him. And he just seen me tweet City as shit.
Yeah. Did you? Can you remember? Did you tweet before or after the fight?
I can't remember what it
No,
was.
because it might have been after where he's just...
I'm just trying to guess.
Or maybe it's...
But then there was a time where, remember I interviewed him and Anthony Crowder at the same time?
Yeah, that was
And we were sound.
Oh, yeah. That was all right, wasn't it?
So
Yeah, I forgot about that at the gym.
But that's when I discovered I was black by him. So I went to tag him in the picture. And I thought,
You couldn't.
what's going on here? Is he off Twitter?
Went onto the other account, went onto the Devil's account, like, no, he's still there. I'm blocked in it. Oh, right, okay. Did you not have a word to say, Ricky, come on, unblock me so I can tag you? Nah, you can't say that, can you?
I'm never that. I've been blocked by Chelsea Football Club. Which
That's good. John Terry blocked me. Mate, do you know what? He came on Twitter.
Wonder why he
came on Twitter, right?
He just goes around blocking everyone.
Yeah, I didn't even tweet. He just saw me have it. Just went, I'll get rid of him. He's in it. No, I won't say it.
F Nick, he was.
Yeah. he tweeted something and I'd like quote tweeted it and pointing out the fact that it was, you know, he racially abused Anton Ferdinand and he blocked me. David A blocked me.
Piers Morgan blocked me.
That's a good one.
That's a tap-in.
In fact, you can give me that one.
That's a tap-in.
Yeah, that's really good.
I remember there was probably about a 6-month period where if I seen a tweet of his, like I didn't follow him, I never followed him.
Yeah.
But if I saw a tweet of him, I'd reply like, what about that phone hacking? Or something like that. You know? And then eventually he cracked.
Who's the most ridiculous block you've got? Is the one where you go, what? Like a Z-lister or someone
I hate when...
Or someone who's like...
You know when there's a tweet that's been quoted?
Yeah.
And you go to look at it.
Yeah.
And you can't because you've been blocked. And you're like, I don't know this person.
Yeah,
I've never interacted with them in my life. But then maybe I've said something. Then maybe they're an Arsenal fan or a Liverpool fan or a City fan or a United fan just hates me. Like, it's fine. But it does annoy me that when I think, I've never eyed you.
Do you know my favourite blocking? Do you remember? I don't know if you're into all this because you're not really a reality TV kind of guy. Do you ever watch the X Factor when it first started?
You're going to say that Steve fella, innit?
Steve Brookstein.
He used to be mental on Twitter.
He did, right?
He was really weird.
He was weird, right? And he annoyed me, right? Because he said that people who are depressed are just lazy and they suffer from sadness or something, right? So all I did, right? And I don't even think this is out of order. He was performing in Costa Coffee one day, yeah? And I found a photo
As you do?
of him performing in Costa Coffee in front of 3 people who looked like they wanted to jump off Barton Bridge. And I tweeted a picture of it. And I just put...
One of them go, excuse me, love. Excuse me, love.
Excuse me.
Get 2 brown sugars.
This mocker's cold. And he was like, what? I don't work here. I'm playing here.
I bet he tweeted it. I got a gig today.
They say my career's over. Who's laughing now? Yeah. So I just tweeted something like that. Anyway, next thing you know, he blocked me, which I quite like because he's a bit sort of quirky.
There's another one somewhere, but it's just slipped my mind.
I can't think of anyone else.
I have got a few that I'm proud of.
Rourke, was it? Is it Rourke?
Red and White Cop.
Oh, Empire of the Cop, that was it. The original. They blocked me. Early doors.
That used to be funny. Remember, there used to be a page that would just take the funny posts.
Like
there.
The meltdown.
Yeah,
but some people have been doing similar things since Klopp's announced his moving.
I always think, are some fake or like are some?
No. Have you not seen some of the Klopp ones?
Yeah. Like I'll pick my kid up from school.
I was talking about that the other day.
Can we pull that up so we can read
he went, I've already read this once, but we'll do it again.
Have we done it on?
No, we've done it on. Listen, we'll do it on every show. I don't care. Like literally, we'll do it on a watch along. Yeah, it was like I got to the school gates and he came out and I wanted to be the first to tell him he already knew. Yeah, like, bro, no one's died. What are you on about? You're acting like he's got to go and give him some news about a family member or something. Get a grip.
Do you reckon there were tweets like that when Fergie there?
There would have been. There would have been some OTT.
Look, I mean, Liverpool fans a bit special.
Yeah.
But we all have a bit.
Yeah.
Like that runs around like the Red Hulk.
Mate, do you remember him?
Not Steve.
No. That guy used to go to the game with his lad.
Yeah.
And used to take...
I didn't want to drag his lad into it because his lad...
No, but it's not his lad's fault. Do you know what? That was the issue for me.
Yeah.
If you want to go and paint yourself red and go to the game with no top on, fair play to you.
Yeah.
But you're dragging like young kid with you, I think that's a bit much.
Yeah.
I don't like... Sometimes when people do things with the kids, like United things, and it's like... I remember there was one guy, he used to tweet pictures of his daughter singing chants. And his daughter was young, right? And she was singing like, you know, if you're late scouts, just clap your hands or whatever. Now, and he put it on Twitter. And then like, I'm not being funny. I'm not justifying it. But obviously Scousers are going to get annoyed at that and start trolling you and your daughter. Yeah. And then he'd start threatening people. And I'd be like, look, I'm not saying it should happen, but I would never do that because I know what's going to happen. Yeah. Like, you know straight away.
Especially, that's the thing, Twitter's like...
It's horrible.
If you put that on Instagram,
Yeah, like I won't.
Oh, how cute!
Yeah, cute, and you probably
loads
like,
of emojis.
Yeah,
loads of
not
likes.
a drama.
Yeah.
You put that on Twitter,
Yeah.
and you are just. You may as well just say, "Scousers, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough." Do you know what I mean? They're gonna just be on
Get
you.
her to say that.
That's what I mean. I won't. Right, I've only ever posted, I think, one picture of any of my kids on Twitter, right? And it was my son when he was early.
That was
days.
when you were begging for a signed shirt off McTominay, weren't you?
Yeah, I was like, Scott, my son is your biggest fan. Like, we've called him Scott after you. Can I have a signed shirt? And he didn't
Did you see
reply.
that fella called Saka in the crowd? Kid called Saka in the crowd.
What?
Anyone?
No? What?
Like
Explain.
Saka went over and gave him his shirt.
Yeah.
I think that's a lie.
Why?
Because how long's Saka been good for? 3 years?
Yeah, something like...
So is that fair? 3 seasons.
Right.
The kid looked at least 7.
Oh, right. So you're saying that it can't be named after someone who's...
Could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
It could, maybe.
Maybe.
But then it doesn't
Well,
count.
could he not changed his name?
But then it doesn't count. If your dad's changed your name by default when you're 7 to his current favourite player, it's a bit mental. I understand if he goes, you're Thierry. Because that legacy's set. Do you know what I mean?
remember I worked in...
Before you know, Saka could join Spurs, then what?
Yeah, no, you can't have that. I remember I worked in a school once and one of the kids was called Ollie Gunnar. Which I thought was...
I like that.
Yeah.
Ollie works.
Ollie Gunnar it was.
Because you could blend Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie's
Spell
on.
it
And Ollie,
different.
we've got an Ollie
Oliver.
here.
It was loads of
Yeah. But like Ollie Gunnar
But
was...
the gunner on it, mate.
Yeah, right.
What?
Do you know what I mean? But again, this was before he was manager as well. Cue dramatic music, public service announcement. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it is the biggest leap in ball shaving technology ever. In fact, I'll
Have
go
you
as
realised
far...
what you've just done, Rob Burgundy?
What?
You just read the thing, innit?
I read everything. I read the bit that says "Do not read." Hosts to talk about personal experiences.
I just got the reds and the reads mixed up. You're not supposed to read the red bits.
On this channel, right? On Uncensored, we read the red bits.
That's
all right?
because
Yeah.
you use the performance package 5.0.
Can you believe that 5.0 is here, Macca? Honestly, we have been waiting for this. We have had the 4.0, and I thought we'd reach the zenith, the pinnacle, the peak.
I thought there was no more.
Yeah, I thought that's it.
Where we
It's
going?
the ceiling. It's a glass ceiling. No, they've smashed through it at
Yes.
Manscaped, yeah. With the Ultra at 5.0. Now, I know what you're going to say, Macca, because you're a man who likes his comforts, who likes the things that he knows, that he trusts.
Yeah.
So you're going to say, it's the weed whacker there, though, in the new performance package.
there, Jay.
Is the crop toner there?
It's
Is the
there,
crop
Jay.
preserver there?
It's
Is the
there,
shed
Jay.
travel bag there?
It's there.
And the box of briefs there, bro.
They're there too. And they've changed them a bit. So you know what I was having a problem with? I had a few pairs of the Manscaped boxers.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But they were all the same. So
Yeah.
if I went gym, I like to wear them for gym. Looks like that fella ain't changed his boxers.
Look at him, and he's
Actually,
on the
against
same
him.
boxes
Do you
and
know what
that
I mean?
every day. What's
So
wrong
now
with
these
this
ones
kid?
look different.
I love that.
So I look like a hygienic fella in
So
the
not
gym.
only do you smell good,
Yeah.
not only do you feel good,
Yeah.
you also look good.
They are good, really good gym boxers, man.
They are. Not that I know, because I don't go to the gym, but I wear them around the house.
Wear them to
I've had
run.
no complaints.
You'd love it.
Yeah, in fact,
Keep your-
perfect. I'll just wear them on their own.
You'd be like Linford Christie.
Yes.
Running about.
yes, I'm going to tell myself that as well. I will be like Linford Christie running about with them on. So if you want all that stuff we've mentioned and you want to look like Linford Christie, I can't guarantee you that. Make sure you are checking out the link in the description because you get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code Paddock20. Yeah, Paddock 20% off and free shipping. Link in the description. You're going to get the performance package. You're going to get the Ultra 5.0. You're going to get the Lawnmower 5.0. You're going to get the Crop Preserver, Crop Toner, Weed Whacker, all that good stuff. Yeah, your balls will thank you with Manscaped.
So Jay, we have to name this child.
Right, okay.
Yeah. A footballer's surname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it has to sound like legit.
Yeah.
So, because if you call a kid Cantona, it's like, wait,
Yeah. That doesn't sound right.
his name's Cantona Mottershead.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Do you know what? Cantona Mottershead. If I have another kid, that's on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cantona Mottershead.
If
Right, go
you
on.
call your kid Cantona's Mottershead,
Yeah.
you're on a list. I think you're going on a list.
Joke's on you, you can't be on it twice.
They go over your name again. Just double it in.
Right, so his first name's got to be a surname of a footballer. Just any footballer, right? What? Now, I was going to say, but that is already a name, like Cole, but that is already a name in it.
Ooh.
Cole Porter, like he's
Cole
a famous
Palmer.
singer. Cole Palmer, so you can't have Cole. It's quite like that.
Rooney.
Rooney, again, that's a name,
Remember
no,
when
Rooney's a
Rodney
name.
got the Rooney bracelet?
Yeah,
That's a real name. Rooney's a good
Rooney's a good one, but again, that's a name in it.
Berber. That's a nice name.
Berber.
That's a
Berbatov.
nice
Yeah,
name.
Berber works. I like
Berber.
Berber.
Irwin.
Do you know who I like? Irwin. But now that's
Sounds
a good.
Aussie.
Irwin's a name.
Sounds Aussie, doesn't it?
Irwin's a name. One of the producers of Rocky's called Irwin Winkler. Sorry to be all geeky. What about Stam?
Stan. It's a good one.
What about
It's a good one.
What about Van Persie? You've got Persie. What about Van Persie? Eh?
What about Nistelrooy? Come here, Nistelrooy.
He'll just get called Roy though.
Oh yeah.
You got to think about whenever you think of a name, right? You got to think about what it's shortened to.
Right, you got to pick one. Go.
York.
Oh, that's a good one.
York. I'll have York.
I think that's going to be
York.
name. By the end of this year,
Yeah.
it's going to be 2024's most popular kids' name, York.
And you know what? Like, you know when people say, "How's it spelled?" That some people are gonna have it with an E, and some won't. That'll be the difference.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, "How'd you spell it?" And be like, "Oh, mine's got an E on the end."
Yeah.
Go
but
on, then.
you
What's
just
your
ripped
answer
it
anyway?
up. I like Berber, you know.
Berber.
I think
I like
that's-
Berber. You know what I like about Berber, right? If you called him Berbatov, it'll get shortened to Berber.
Yeah.
So if he's playing football, like Berber, yes, Berber, what's that
Sounds
name?
right. Sounds right.
Berber.
Yeah.
Berber. And also, you can't shorten it shorter than Berber, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be Burr or Burb. That ain't going to happen. I like that. Berber. Get involved in the comments and let us know, right? If you were to name your son or daughter after a footballer or using a footballer's surname, like Berber or York or
Venegov
Rooney,
Hesselink.
or what he just said, what would it be? Yeah, let us know what you'd be. I like that. So yeah, we've got Berber and we've got York.
Running out of topics in this transfer.
So we never got to the thing anyway. Mourinho back at Old Trafford. If you had the choice, no. Yeah.
No.
Right. No.
Stop being stupid, everyone. And everyone on this channel, stop being stupid.
Well, what do you mean, everyone? Right? Do you know what? Right? You make me laugh, right?
We're struggling if we got that as a topic.
You and Steve, right? You do the
said.
same thing, yeah. I guarantee, right?
I'm gonna make
the amount of times, right? You and Steve said things to me like, "Jay, what was this thumbnail, or what was this topic, or what was this title?" Right? And I'll be like, "Oh, you know, there's a few stories doing rounds. That's not gonna happen. Right? It's stupid. We shouldn't be doing things like that." Right? Okay, yeah, no worries. And then I'll go on your Steve's channel like the next day. And it'll be
Jose
like,
Mourinho fat
yeah.
Who is Jose Mourinho?
Yeah, the same topic on your old channels.
Who is Manchester United's next manager? Jose Mourinho.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So. This is what I have to put up with people.
No, we're not gonna. We're not doing.
This will be a Jose Mourinho topic free zone.
Out of all the managers we've had,
Yeah.
since Fergie, he's the Moyes is bottom of the list, but he's just above Moyes. In fact, Moyes has probably got more of a shout to get the job again because he's actually improved. He could go, "I'm a new man."
Oh yeah, I've
got a trophy in the back.
Do you know what?
I made Declan Rice good.
Do you know what? As well, I think David Moyes is proper disrespected by the West Ham fans.
Oh yeah,
Like,
especially them scumbags. Like, got you a trophy.
He got them into Europe, I think 3 seasons. Yeah, right. He came in. They were fighting relegation. They said, "Oh, we'll get Manuel Pellegrini or whoever it was who went." No, Slaven Vilic at first, yeah. Oh, he's mint, everything's great. All of a sudden, they're about to get relegated. They get David Moyes in, yeah. He gets them out of the relegation, saves them. Moyes, right? They get rid of him. They get in Pellegrini, whoever. Everything's rosy for about a year. He starts getting them relegated. They bring Moyes back in. This time, they keep him in the job. He gets him into Europe, yeah. Gets him into scores 60 goals in a season, yeah. Has another season where I think he scores 65 goals. Wins them a trophy for the first time in 43 years. And they go on like he's the worst manager they've ever had. He's literally your most successful manager in 40 odd years. By whatever metric you want to use. High league finishes, a trophy, and they go on like he's horrible. They treat him like we treat him.
One of 3 managers that won European trophy. Or a trophy for them, innit?
Yeah.
A trophy.
They've got 3 managers that have won a trophy. They've only ever won one European.
Who did they pick?
Real Madrid.
Ajax.
Yeah, so it's just him, Zidane, and Ancelotti. Yeah, and they go on like he's terrible. Yeah. I'm not having it. And I don't particularly like David Moyes because of what happened at United, but I just feel he's disrespected, man. So yeah, Mourinho, no. You'd rather have David Moyes. Yeah?
No.
I'm sorry to say again, it's Moyes.
Not Mourinho again. No. I do. You know, out of all the managers that have managed Man United, apart from Fergie,
yeah,
is the one I would have wanted to play for the most.
Who, Jose?
I think his personality and my personality would get on.
Do you reckon?
I think, like, you know, when he'd call me a crap prick.
Yeah.
I'll be like, fuck off, Jose. And I'll work hard and get back in the team.
Jose's your mate if you're not injured.
Also, I think...
If you're not injured, he likes you.
I think if he like, gives you a verbal dig and you respond to it, call him a prick.
Yeah.
I think he'd love it.
You just don't like you sulking and going into your own little mind.
I think he'd want a like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah.
He's one of me. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Do you know what I don't like about Jose though?
You know, like in what is it, Donnie Brasco? That's how Donnie Brasco gets in it.
Yeah,
shows him a bit.
Shows a little bit of like, who you fucking talking to? No, that's not a diamond.
Yeah.
It's what's it called?
See?
What's it called? What's it
what
called?
a night? It's a called, isn't it? Moissanite.
Yeah,
Zirconia.
Zirconia. That's the word.
What's a moissanite? What a night? That's from Snatch.
A moissanite.
You know
What is it?
Goes,
Yeah. Now that's a different type of zirconia,
like
I think.
Fake pearls or something.
Is it? Is that what it is? Get involved in the comments. Let us know. I think we're losing the plot even more so.
That's the problem when you learn things from Snatch.
From Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, that's the problem, innit?
Do you know what? I couldn't get over the fact that Stephen Graham was Scouse.
That
rattled me for a little while. I'm over it now.
I watched Irishman for a second time. I think I texted you at the time.
Yeah.
And said, yo, when I first watched it, I was like...
Did you watch it in one sitting?
Yeah.
It took me like
first time I did.
I had to...
And I was like, this is a bit... And then the second time I watched first hour and a half, second hour and a half. Broke it up.
Yeah, that's the best way.
And it was class. And then I was kind of appreciating, yo, Tommy from Snatch.
Yeah.
Tommy the tit.
Yeah.
Has gone from Snatch. And then he's been in films like... What's that?
This is England.
This is England.
Yeah.
He's been in all that kind of... To go from there to there. And now you're sitting at tables with like... Pacino and De Niro. And
Bro, it's like if you watch Band of Brothers, he's in that. Yeah, like he's proper gone, like big time, hasn't he?
Isn't he in Peaky Blinders as well?
I don't know. I don't watch Peaky Blinders.
I don't watch.
Is he in Peaky Blinders?
I don't watch Peaky Blinders.
Is Stephen Graham in Peaky Blinders? Well, that Boiling Point. Have you seen Boiling Point?
No.
There's a film and a series. In the film, it's one shot, one take, and it's in a restaurant, and he's like the head chef, and he's got issues. He's drinking and sniffing and all that. It's mint. And yeah, it's because it's like
good issues.
Yeah, good issues. Good issues. Not bad issues. Good issues. We've all had them. And it's really good because obviously it's like one shot and it's all like dead fast paced. It's there you go. Producer just said Boiling Point is mint. There you can't argue with that. Yeah, so go and check that out if you can't bother watching 3.5 hours of The Irishman. Yeah,
Irishman
is good, like, but it's just long.
He's come a long way.
How do you feel about
certified Hollywood now?
Them Netflix films that are long? Are you into that?
I think Irishman would have been a good series.
Yeah. Because Netflix get away with it, don't they?
But I was disappointed with Many Saints.
Yeah, I was. Me and Scotty argued about that.
Now, again, third watching, kind of learn about Motor Sanity's dad and that.
Can I be honest with you?
But I didn't really like it.
I ignore it.
I don't like how they portrayed Silvio.
Yeah.
How they like, where's this wig situation?
Yeah, and like
where's some random? But I do like, like in what episode? Sopranos Home Movies episode.
Yeah.
There's a bit where they tell a story about his mum's beehive getting shot by.
Yeah.
And then you see that. I like that.
The little references that you know.
I like the clearing up of who shot his dad.
I know.
And all that because you learn it.
But I didn't like this. I didn't even like that.
But then it's like, I think David Chase admitted he didn't watch the series before he did it. And I think you have to.
Yeah, because even though you created it, you've got to. And it was a. I
liked Chris Mortisanti narrating it.
But do you know what the problem with the Many Saints of Newark is? I felt like that needed to be a series.
Yeah.
I felt they needed, like, they crammed too much into the film. Because even the stuff about the race riots and all that sort of stuff that's going on, that's a whole story in itself. Yeah. Then you've got everything with him and his dad and his missus and all that. That's another story. Then you've got, like, obviously Tony Soprano and the sort of making of him and all that stuff. That's another story in itself. So you've got all these different stories. And it's too much like a 2-hour film. And some of them, it felt like a little bit rushed. And like, as what you said as well, little things like about the backstory of certain characters, I wasn't like...
They didn't stick to the... It was like they hadn't seen Sopranos.
No, it didn't. Some of it didn't quite.
Or they'd watched the last season of Sopranos.
Yeah, I don't
and
like
just
that.
never the rest of it. And it's like, ugh.
There's a couple of things that just didn't quite tie in, and I didn't.
Remember
like
when we went to New York and the geese never let us in the bar? Walking Street Bar.
You went there, didn't you? I've seen that. That was at the
I
full
did say I'd never
Leotado.
go back, but I went back.
Yeah, no, you can't argue that, man. I was gutted when it was shut, but still,
Yeah,
it was
I
good
went
to be over there. We went on that little Soprano tour, didn't we? With John Shin. Big shout out to John Shin.
Yeah, I seen
that
John
was
again.
mint. Do you know what? Right, that was so weird when we was in the car park for the Bada Bing. It felt weird.
Yeah,
it felt surreal.
For those that know where Tracy died,
yeah,
at the back.
We went around the back, didn't we?
It felt gloom, like eerie. But what I love, like, Bada Bing's got a dispensary next to it. It's like a theme park for adults now. Amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing. It is. It's class. Honestly, that was one of the best days of my life. Right, we're going to wrap it up there anyway, because I think we've established Jose Mourinho ain't coming back. So that's the debate. Is he coming back? No. End of. Macca, always a pleasure. Make sure you are checking out Manscaped.
Yep.
Big thank you to them for sponsoring this podcast.
Escape your man.
That's been Adam McKola. I've been Jay Moyes. This has been Uncensored. Thanks for watching.